picked that song.
Yep.
Welcome back. Well, many people around here remember when the movie Major League was filmed in Milwaukee 25 years ago. It starred Charlie Sheen, our own Bob Uecker, and this man right here, actor Corbin Bernsen.
Yeah. That's right. He's got over 100 film and television credits, including The Hot Blonde in L.A. Law, and most recently, he spent 8 seasons with the hit TV show Psych.
Yeah.
How do you like that Hot Blonde stuff?
Hot Blonde, that's a memory, huh?
Love that show.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you're here in Milwaukee. We'll kind of give it away a little bit. You're here for the Admirals game and celebrating
I am,
that
because it's the
anniversary.
25th anniversary. This is really one of the only things I know that's actually going on, celebrating the 25th anniversary, but appropriately, because we spent a month or more here actually making the movie, and there's more people from Milwaukee in that movie than there are anybody else. So,
right.
What do you think when you reflect back on shooting this movie? What are your memories of Milwaukee or working with this particular cast?
Well, it was, we could not, I tell people over and over, I don't know if we could have made this movie anywhere else, where people came out to have those 25,000 people there and really being so involved in the film. I'm not sure that could happen anywhere, and it's a certain thing that I see with the Midwest and specifically Milwaukee. I don't know if you could have done it in Chicago even.
Right.
I'm making a movie, right? But here, we had so many people come out and be a part of that film. I just have very, very fond memories of it.
Did you ever play baseball growing up? Third base particularly?
I did. All through, I was in Little League and then Babe Ruth and Pony League in high school. I quit at the college level where the coach, I'd grown my hair long between high school and college because I was like an athlete all during school. Everybody else was out, peace, war, having fun. And I was still like the Letterman guy. And so I grew my hair out in between the two. And the coach at the college I went to, where I was trying to be a walk-on, said, first thing that goes is that hair. And I said, baseball's over.
Really? You kept the hair.
If I depart with the hair, forget about it.
I said, I know what's coming, so I'm going to keep what hair I have.
What about projects that you do now? Because I know that you've taken some time to step away from being on camera and doing some directing and those kinds of things.
Well, about 6, 7 years ago, actually, my dad passed away. And I made a movie that turned into, I had a Christian audience embrace this film. I simply wrote a film about a pastor who had lost his way. And I've been on somewhat of a personal, spiritual journey of faith during that time. I found myself making movies that tend to go into the faith family audience, sometimes a little deeper than I might want to go. But I've been doing that. I just finished a film directing it called Christian Mingle, about the Christian dating website, a romantic comedy. And so I'm editing that right now. But I enjoy that, but also moving a little bit more into family films. I've raised 4 sons, my wife and I, so that's the thing I really know well. And I think it's a good space to be in.
Yeah, I think that's neat. And online, it talks in your Wikipedia about 2014 kind of being your born again year.
Yeah,
truly.
but I did that. Somebody put that there. It's not really a term I use. Somebody else, Wikipedia's people may or may not know.
Yeah, because it's just people filling it in.
People just put in stuff. I consider myself a Christian, but I also have other worldviews that are a little bit broader, perhaps, and it's stuff that I have to address coming up because I found myself in this space, and I don't want to be a poster boy for it. That's not what I'm doing. I'm writing films about people and humanity and.
Well, and both your parents were in the film industry, the actors and directors and things. Do you think you would have gone into acting had your parents not been involved?
Wow, that's a hard one. My worldview has always been to look at people, look at humanity, look at things. Even recently, while I'm on this sort of spiritual journey, it's looking where the role of faith is in our life. So I don't know if I'm wired to do that, and would have done it anyway. Certainly, they opened the door for me. But I've always been somebody who really looks at things in a way and tries to understand them beyond the surface value and the greater purpose. And sometimes to a fault, it can drive you a little bit nuts, especially with stuff going on in the world today. You look around, and I could very easily slip into despair looking at the stuff that goes on and think, this is such an incredible experience, such a wonderful gift we've all been given. Why are we doing what we do to ourselves? I can't fathom. I mean, do I really need Crimea?
Right.
I mean, is it really worth, I know you guys reported but it really, that little piece of, it's I'm going to fight for this. You know, I don't really get it. I don't get it. And the world's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
it's about love.
Yeah, you get really deep on your Facebook page, which you set up for fans. But it's a great way to kind of get an insight to, you know, you talk about your spiritual journey, kind of what you're going through. And I thought it was interesting something you wrote about actors in particular, that you're a funny bunch, that so many things drive you, good and bad, you know, fear, joy, beauty, ambition, you know, madness, but finding that peace within is often difficult. And I think about, you know, you and your transformation, even with the work that you've chosen to do from LA Law, which I love that. I wonder how often people still bring that up. But even your transformation as a young man and kind of like hot shot to some of the films you're doing now. I mean, did you think 30 years ago you'd be doing Christian films?
Well, first, I want to take away the Christian film part. I want to look at, look, it is Christian films. If Blockbuster were still around, that's a shelf it would be on. I like to think it goes beyond that. You know, not just faith even, but just exploration of that part of our life. You know, again, I look at the world and I see just, I literally am a guy who stops and smells the roses. Literally stops and the fragrance, and I think, gosh, this is just an extraordinary. And, you know, I think there is a correlation between faith, greater purpose, and some people, like, if you follow my Facebook, you'll see sometimes I'll put God/nature, because I don't want to tell you what it is. For me, God, you know, and I can go into hours of what that means to me. But we get so involved in the minutia and the mundane, and we have this other side of us that wants to, like, just so destructive toward one another. And I'm not like love and peace, man, although I grew up in that era. It's just, there's such extraordinary beauty. And so, you know, I do get torn in this world of why are we so caught, and I do it myself, why are we so caught up in this world of this division, you know? I mean, a beautiful thing about the Midwest, you know, the thing about the Midwest is great. A lot of homes don't have fences between the yards. You know, and that, I find that to be extraordinary. My backyard is your backyard. You know, even though that's my property line.
Sometimes.
Well, and all of that. You know, one of the greatest disservices we've done to one another on this entire planet is like, that's mine, that's my square. This is, don't come on this side of the sofa, that's mine. You know, and we just have divided it up, both in our faith, in our gardens, our backyards, our nations. And it's okay if that's what you need to define as your thing, but the notion that we're just all here together and, you know, whatever it is, you know, whatever, nature, God, whatever it is.
We're going to do some rapid fire with you. No, that's great. Hey, you take your rant. I love it. Snow globes.
I don't have Facebook this morning, so, you know, I'm doing it here.
It's fantastic. We love it. Snow globes, you have how many now?
8,000 of them.
8,000 snow globes.
Yeah, right.
What's your favorite one?
I have different ones. I usually like the ones that homemade ones people give me. You know, this little girl in Toronto, I was walking down the street one day and I saw her playing with a little snow globe that she had made. It was like a Gerber's baby jar with something inside with some glitter.
Where do you keep all these snow globes?
I have in my office, I have a garage that's reconverted and all the walls are covered with it.
Do you have a nervous habit?
Yes.
What is it?
Eating.
What's your favorite food or treat?
My favorite, it varies. I could say chocolate on one hand, but I also like a good orange.
Oh.
Yeah. An orange will do me good.
All right. Favorite piece of advice?
Favorite piece of advice? Be true.
Yeah.
Is there something you hate to spend money on?
Well, in general, things that I know I don't need, but it just makes me feel good to fill the void at that moment, that I just got to do something. We are, you know, going back to our conversation, we like to put stuff in our lives, and I'm a guy who will go buy some stuff that I don't need and feel really upset. Buyer's remorse, like before I'm out the door, when they swipe the card. No, stop, you know.
Right.
But, you know, things like lately, it's been like, you know, I don't really need clothes. I have a lot of great clothes. I have clothes from the 60s that still look good, you know.
But you still fit into them. That's great.
Close, not quite. But, You know, I think clothes sometimes, things, I don't need that. You know? I don't need that.
We have one of our favorite fashionistas says you buy one, you put one out, and you give it, you donate it.
My
or
wife
give
is
it,
great.
so.
She'll put stuff away. I go, that's our leather coats that we both bought together in London. She goes, I don't need it.
By the way, I just have to say I love the picture and the article about your laundry room, because I kind of feel like I live in my laundry room. Yeah. I thought it was fantastic. So you're going to be at the Admirals game tonight. We're going to tell people how to still get tickets and to find out more. Okay, come celebrate the 25th anniversary of Major League, the movie, with Corbin Bernsen tonight at 7 o'clock. The Admirals will play. Go to MilwaukeeAdmirals.com to find out more. We appreciate your time this morning.
Hey, that was great. That was really fun talking about that stuff.
Good.
I don't really do that in public.
Oh,
I usually do it through Facebook.
We have this ability on the yellow couch to, pull
Draw
things
out.
Oh, hey, man, I could do hours on it.
It's the power of the yellow couch. Thank you, Corbin.
Thank
we
you.
love it. All right.